today we're going to be talking about Tenshikaiwai brands. Okay, so obviously I've been making a lot of Tenshikaiwai content recently because it's the fashion that I recently got into, but also I've been meeting a lot of people in Tokyo that have started wearing it. Oh my god, there he goes, as soon as I start filming! A very good resource for Tenshikaiwai information is Tenshi on Instagram, and it honestly has helped me quite a lot, and they do little in-depth studies about different Tenshikaiwai brands and like different girls that wear the fashion, and like even like handmade indie brands and stuff like that. Everything's super cute and really interesting, and some of the information I got from this video I actually got from there, so please have a look. Today let's just have a look at some Tenshikaiwai brands and let's have a very honest discussion about it. I'm going to give my honest opinion, but that's just based off of the things I like. When we talk about Tenshikaiwai brands, I want to look at the price, how high quality it is, how androgynous it is, how comfortable it is, and generally just stuff like that. As we look through the brands, you'll notice that like Tenshikaiwai is kind of like a spectrum. Like there'll be more androgynous clothes, more feminine clothes, more masculine clothes. Then there'll be aesthetics that lean more into cyber, and then aesthetics that lean more into angel, more sportswear and stuff like that. It's very interesting how broad the fashion actually is. So yeah, that's why I'm a big advocate for wearing what you want and styling the fashion how you like. The way I wear Tenshikaiwai is obviously a little bit different because I really like clothes that are a little bit more feminine, and a lot of Tenshikaiwai clothes are like just shorts and stuff like that, and they are a little bit more masculine. So I think it's fine to like style it how you want. I've seen a lot of girls who wear Tenshikaiwai, a lot of Japanese girls too, that do wear it in a little bit more feminine way. So yeah, let's have a look at some brands. The first one I want to talk about is called Satoy, and I'm looking at it right now. I like this brand a lot, and I really want to get a hoodie from this brand because you can tell how much care has gone into the design of each item and how well made they are. This is one of the brands I actually haven't seen in person, but just looking at the pictures I can tell that they're all incredibly well made, and I really love the use of frills. They put the frills in the correct places. It looks very angel, it looks cyber, it looks futuristic, but it's also quite feminine. And again, that's something that I really like, and maybe you would like a more androgynous take on Tenshikaiwai, but for me this is great. And even like, again, there's a lot of shorts, but they have little frills on them and they're really cute. I think after I start working in June, I will probably buy something. I kind of like the kind of shorter hoodies they have, because normally Tenshikaiwai hoodies are really long, so I thought that was really cute. They had like a little mini one. I think I want to get that one. But yeah, I also love the shade of blues that they use, and overall I just think it's like their aesthetic is on point. I checked their store, and it does seem like they do ship internationally, although it's probably again going to be a little bit expensive, but each product seems to be made with such care. I really think it would be worth buying from this store. Obviously this store is a little bit more expensive because it's a small indie brand, and such care and love has gone into each design. But yeah, I think this brand is definitely worth the money. Okay, next brand is ChromaGears. You can already tell from the name, but ChromaGears is very cyber. But I love this store so much. It's very like Y2K. They have a lot of very edgy designs, but they have a lot of soft designs. I really love how futuristic it is. It's almost kind of like alien. This store is pretty androgynous, but I think a lot of the pieces are also very cute. This is another store, again, I really would like to own a couple of pieces from. I really like the undershirts. I really like the undershirts and the accessories. They also have a lot of information on their Instagram in English, and it says even in the bio of the Instagram that they ship internationally. So this is another brand that seems to be very open to international customers, which I think is a very good thing, because a lot of brands in Japan just really aren't interested in dealing with foreign customers. So I think it's really nice when they make a little bit of extra effort. Okay, next brand is Winnie. Okay, so I actually do own a hoodie from Winnie. I wore it a little while ago. Winnie is great. Winnie is like the quintessential Tenshikaiwai brand. Winnie is actually sold under Wigo, which is hilarious because Wigo is like a very cheap store, but they do stock a lot of their own kind of little brands. And so I was really surprised that Winnie started selling at Wigo because the stuff is actually pretty high quality. They do a variety of stuff from hoodies, skirts, shorts, accessories. They do everything, and everything they have is good. Like, I actually do go in Wigo quite a lot and look at the Winnie stuff, and honestly, I would wear every single piece. Like, I am such a big fan of Winnie, and I like that they use both male and female models. Winnie is sold as being genderless, which I think is great because I personally don't think that clothes should have a gender anyway. And they're actually doing a model search now. I think it's still up on their Instagram, and they said in the model search that any gender is okay to apply, which I thought was really, really nice. I've seen a lot of Winnie's clothes up close, and I have checked them quite a lot, and they're all very, very high quality because they're also pretty cheap. Like, I think the hoodie I bought from Winnie was 7,000 yen, which is really, really great compared to a lot of the higher end hoodies from other stores will cost like 14,000 yen. So I think honestly it was a really, really good deal considering the quality. I love my Winnie hoodie. It's so comfortable and it just feels really high quality. Yeah. Okay, because Winnie is sold through Wigo, I believe you can buy them internationally through the Wigo store. So yeah, you should be able to purchase Winnie if you live overseas, and I really think you should because I love this brand so much. My favorite item that they come out with is this white backpack, and it reminds me of a cockroach, but in like a really cute way. It has all like these little ribbons coming off. I love it so much. I'm not sure if it's exactly my style, but I really want it. Again, Winnie is quite, because it's promoted as being genderless, it is quite androgynous, and I would really like it if they did a few more skirts and stuff like that. And also, like, they generally use one shade of blue and white and black, so like they don't have a whole different range of colors, but I really, really like that their aesthetic is strong, and when you see them from far away you can definitely tell that that person is wearing Winnie. Next is Noemi. I think I talked about Noemi a little bit before in the video I made when I went shopping to get Tenshikaiwai things around Harajuku. Noemi are very interesting because they're one of the cheapest on this scale. Their clothes are incredibly cheap, and they are sold in different stores. Like, I've seen them sold in a store called Honey's that just does like cheap clothes. And I've seen them sold in Shimamura, which is one of the cheapest shops you can buy clothes from. But overall, the clothes are pretty good. Like this hoodie I'm wearing now. I keep calling it a hoodie even though it doesn't have a hood. A jacket? Sweatshirt? I don't even know what this is called. We call it like a jaji in Japanese. So yeah, I got this from Noemi and I really like it. I think you'll remember. The aesthetic is pretty good. Honestly, it's not as soft as my Winnie one, but I think this one was even like 4,500 yen and the Winnie one was 7,000 yen, so there is a little bit of a price difference there. It's not see-through at least, which is my problem when I buy something that's white. But overall, this is great. I have no problem with it. It's not extremely high quality, but then it's from like one of the cheapest brands. Noemi also sell a lot of Jedi clothes. Compared to Winnie, like a lot of their designs are quite childish, and I think that this Noemi is more aimed at teenagers and people who are a little bit younger. But I like a lot of their stuff, but they do produce a lot of items, and that's the thing. These are like mass produced, so there are a lot of items and a lot of them maybe I wouldn't wear, but they also do have a lot of really good things too. If you're on a budget, I really suggest checking out Noemi because they have so many cute things, particularly for if you're starting out wearing Jedi. They have a lot of cheap Jedi clothes, and it seems that you can buy things from their online store, and when I opened the online store, it actually came up in English, so I feel like you can also purchase things in English, which is nice. Noemi is a store that I would buy more like staples from, and then I would buy like lots of small things from Noemi, but then like the more stand out pieces like the Jaji probably I would get from somewhere a little bit more expensive, but then again I have this from there and I really like it. Okay, so let's get slightly more expensive and let's talk about Reflam. Reflam is definitely one of the more expensive brands. They sell a lot of darker clothes, like very like visual kei looking clothes, and I think only recently started moving into Tenshikaiwai. So a lot of their stuff is quite edgy and a lot of it is quite expensive. Reflam, the aesthetic is completely on point. Everything is fantastic, and they do a lot more kind of like sexy clothes because they do like visual kei and kind of like Y2K emo stuff. Maybe even like e-girl clothes. They do have some like really cute and sexy stuff too, and I do like those two aesthetics to overlap. I really like Tenshikaiwai, but I also do like sometimes adding a little bit more feminine and sexy elements to that. So it's good that this brand has like a whole different mix that you can incorporate. Again, like their branding is on point. If you go on the Instagram, the shoots they do are very stylized and well done. All the models are incredibly cute. Generally just they do a really good job at branding. I would not recommend buying from here immediately if you're new to Tenshikaiwai. I would recommend getting a little bit of a cheaper wardrobe first, and then if you find something on here that you really like, maybe purchasing one of the jackets or something first. I think that Reflam, their store is through a shopping website called Zozo, and as far as I know and from what I've seen, they do not ship internationally and you have to use some kind of proxy service if you want to order. So, but then again, I know that a lot of brands stock Reflam. Like I've been to a lot of shops that do stock it, so you might be able to find an alternative stockist, or you find like a proxy service or shopping service to buy it for you. But again, like a lot of these brands do ship internationally, so I feel like you wouldn't, you know, like if I lived overseas, I would just buy from brands that would actually ship to me, if that makes sense. But yeah, overall I really like Reflam. I feel like it's a little bit more visual kei than Tenshi. Like it's very on the edgier side, but also they do make it a little bit more feminine, which is nice. The next brand I want to talk about is I guess like in English like ill. I don't know, honestly I don't know. So ill is one, again, on the more expensive side, I would say. They're one of the smaller brands and I have seen them stocked in some shops, and sometimes they do little pop-ups, but they don't have their own physical store yet. Their style is really interesting because they have a lot of just jet black clothes and then jet white clothes. It's very contrasting, and I really like every single product they have. Like on the Instagram, looking at the website, I would honestly wear all of this. There is one item that I really want. It's a sweat jacket and it has really giant sleeves, kind of like a kimono in a way, and I've seen lots of pictures of it online and it's super cute, and I really wanted it. But then in one of the stockists, I saw it in store, and up close it's even so much better. Like it had like all these little PVC parts, it had little like different textures, and it was just so well made. The mesh was really soft, and you know, it would be easy to breathe in, and it just looked really comfortable, and it just made me want it much more. So I really think that this brand's pretty good. This one, again, this brand really reminds me of Reflam, and I see it stocked in a lot of the same places as Reflam. Like it's very edgy, a little bit sexy in places, and they do have a lot of androgynous clothes, and again I think this brand, they would also consider themselves to be genderless, which is nice. The sweat jacket that I was looking at and the one that I want is 17 or 16 or 17,000 yen. So it is very expensive, like exponentially so more than other brands that I own, but I think from the quality it's really worth it, and they don't have that many products compared to the other brands, so like I would suggest buying from there if there's something that you really want, and maybe buying from the cheaper places for kind of more like staples like t-shirts and shorts and leg warmers and stuff like that. So like again, this one was about 4,500 yen. My Winnie one was 7,000 yen, and the one I want from Il is 16,000 yen. So you can tell that there's like, within Tenshikaiwai there are a little bit of jumps in the prices, but I think if it's a product that you really want and that you know will last, then I think that it's worth spending money on it. Again, I believe that Il sells their clothes through Rakuten, and Rakuten store does ship internationally. So it does seem like you would be able to buy Il. So like again, Il and Reflam are pretty similar actually, like in terms of price and style, but Il actually do ship internationally, so I'm also more inclined to shop from that brand. Like I really prefer brands that actually think about the international community and think about their overseas customers. Again, on the page that I mentioned before, the Tenshi Joshi Instagram, they highlight this woman who makes handmade stuff. Her handle is Yakyo Neko, and it's like she makes mostly accessories and they're handmade. I had a little look at her products and they're all very, very cute. She has one kind of like mascot that she makes a lot of her products around, and it's this little crying cat. It's very, very cute, but like a lot of the themes are to do with medicine, which can make people a little bit uncomfortable. But it is medication and mental health are themes that crop up a lot in Japanese fashion. I think it's because fashion in a lot of ways mirrors society and mirrors people's feelings, and the way that we talk about mental health is very different than maybe people talk about mental health in other countries. I think that's really, really important to think about. There's one necklace in particular with the little cat mascot, and it's just really, really cute. I love how all of her products have a similar kind of color scheme and design. Again, she doesn't have that many products because it seems like everything's handmade, and some of the things, or like almost everything, was sold out on the website, but there's still, the necklace I want was still on there. But it also says that you can DM her and possibly commission things, so that's also something to think about. I checked the store and it doesn't seem like it ships overseas, unfortunately, but if there's something on there you really like, I'm sure you could get a shopping service or someone to help you with that. Or even like DMing her, maybe you could work something out. Okay. So yeah, those are some of my favorite Tenshikaiwai brands. My goal is by the end of the year to at least own one piece from each brand. I have some pieces from almost half of the brands. Again, I want to own something from some of the more expensive brands like Satoy and Reflam and Il. So I'm gonna work a little bit towards that. Something that made me happy is when I was researching is how many of these brands do ship overseas, and I think that's great because this has been like one of the biggest hurdles for overseas fans of Japanese fashion. It's so hard to get these brands overseas, so especially from some of the smaller brands. So I'm honestly so happy that some of the smaller brands have started to sell overseas, and I really do think that it really helps the longevity of their brand, because I noticed like the brands that have been around quite a long time, there are brands that generally started to ship internationally, and like it's like, why wouldn't you want money? I understand that particularly for like Japan, the thought of dealing with overseas customers and like doing it in a different language and dealing with different credit cards and stuff like that, and the fees involved with that, is honestly quite scary. But I hope that slowly we can get over this hurdle, because there are so many services that help you sell your products overseas. So yeah, please let me know what you think. I didn't highlight ACDC Rag today. Actually, ACDC Rag is possibly my favorite Tenshikaiwai brand, just because again, it's very cheap, they have really cute designs, and they've been around forever, and they do really value their overseas customers. So again, if you haven't seen my other videos about ACDC Rag, please check out those. I really want to hear your opinions on the aspects of Tenshikaiwai that you like more, whether you like more angel or more cyber, if you like the clothes to be more genderless, if you like them to be more masculine or feminine. I've been experimenting with all different parts of Tenshikaiwai. Honestly, like I used to be really into, well, I still am, I really like angel core as a as an aesthetic, just like angel wings and like white and like Renaissance and stuff like that. So I really do like the angel aspects, but I also recently got really into the cyber aesthetics, and that really wasn't something that I was into before, but now I don't know why, but I just really got into the idea of like latex and cyber and like mechanical bionic parts and stuff like that. I didn't talk about CTC Tokyo in this video, but I just made a video about them recently. I think it's 2 or 3 videos ago, but they make kind of like cyber aesthetics and like cyber cat ears and stuff like that, and I really like their brand. Again, they're not necessarily Tenshikaiwai, but they can fall under that aesthetic, and I think a lot of their aesthetics work really well with Tenshikaiwai, so if you haven't seen that video, go check them out. So yeah, I had a lot of fun making this video, and I really want this to be like an open discussion. I want to hear people's opinions about the different aesthetics, and I feel like fashion is always evolving, it's always changing, it's always expanding, and there's a lot more that Tenshikaiwai can do. There's a lot more that Tenshikaiwai can expand, and I'm really interested to see if it's gonna get like more cyber or if it's gonna go more cute. I have no idea. Personally, again, I would like to see them do clothes with a little bit more feminine aspect. That's what I really like Satoy, because they add a lot of frills to their clothes, and you know I really like frills. But honestly, I'm just enjoying watching it evolve. Let me know if you'd like me to make any more videos on Tenshikaiwai. I will do a little lookbook soon. I haven't, mostly because the weather's just been shit, and like today it's just really dark. As always, thank you for watching, and please subscribe.